Turn it over, take a look.
That's insane!
Okay, turn that over now. Turn that over. My name is Alexander Marsh and I am here to share with you Tom Phoenix's Black Flame. It's so nice for a mentalist to have a revelation that is visual, and this finally kind of solves that issue. You show a blank piece of card and you ask your spectator to name something, and it could be anything. You hold that blank card over a flame from a candle or a lighter or whatever is around, and then in the soot on that card appears whatever it is they name. Now you don't know what symbol you cut to, do you? And I don't know, but I'm going to try something a little bit weird, and it involves fire. Suddenly you're very interested, and slightly less interesting, a blank bit of card. I need my lighter. I also need some blank bits of card, and they're blank on both sides. You take a flame, and you don't burn the card, but if you run it along something like this, you get soot, you get ash appear. You get sort of soot appear, yeah? Good, so Chloe, in fact you, Zoe, could you hold your hand out flat like this? Now it might get a bit sooty, but I'm going to put it there. Keep your other hand on top. So let's take a look at what card you cut to. Could you turn it over so you're not going to do anything funny? Yeah. The wavy lines. Okay, turn that over now. Turn that over. Oh. Turn it over, take a look. So this is a powerful concept that uses simple items you probably already have at home that you will carry with you everywhere, and you can use it to blow your audience's minds, no matter which kind of genre of magic you like to perform. If you're looking for a new, interesting, visual way and practical way to reveal anything, like something like a word, a number, a letter, symbol, anything that comes to mind, this is it. I think anyone watching this video will find a use for this. You will carry this in your pocket and you'll use it all the time. Tom Phoenix's Black Flame. Hello, my little possums. Welcome to Black Flame by Tom Phoenix. It is a simple and very practical method to reveal any thought, anything that can be written down. So it could be a symbol, initials, letters, numbers, anything you like. It's very simple. It uses props you probably already have at home. So, what does it look like? How does it work? Take a look. So, Zoe and Chloe, you don't play cards, but you know the names of the suits and the values and stuff? Good. So let's try this. So Chloe, I'm going to flick through. All you need to do is just say stop as I go through like that. Nice and simple. So just shout out stop. Right there. Perfect. Now where you told me to cut, I'm going to deal you that card. And you get to look at it. Don't show me though. I'll look the other way. All good? Good. So I don't know what that card is. Only you guys know. No, I'm not going to guess it. I'm not going to make it appear out of nowhere. I'm going to try something else. A little bit weird. That's what I'm working on. That's why we're filming it. So I need my lighter. I also need some blank bits of card, and they're blank on both sides. So have you ever done this if you're feeling a bit gothy and a bit naughty? Take a lighter, and you don't burn the card, you don't set fire to it, you just do this, and then on the other side, you get sort of soot appear, yeah? Good, so Chloe, in fact you, Zoe, could you hold your hand out flat like this? Now it might get a bit sooty, but I'm going to put it there. Keep your other hand on top. So that's in your hands now. Yeah. The card you chose was 4 of diamonds. Free choice, yeah? I didn't make you choose that card. 4 of diamonds. So you saw the soot that was on there. Sometimes if you hold it long enough, turn it over, take a look.
That's insane! I've got the power!
So you've just seen a performance, so how does it work? Well, As you can see here, I have a blank piece of card and a candle. You rub the candle over the flame. Not a black flame, but it does leave a lovely bit of black soot. Still nothing there, and then with a magical wipe, we can summon Satan. Fun for all the family. So I'm going to go into the explanation of how this cool little revelation actually works. So this is what you'll need. Here's what you're going to need. You will need some blank cardstock. I'm using some index cards. You'll also need some sort of flame. It could be a candle, or it could just be a lighter. And the secret ingredient is this. It's just a piece of chalk. That's all it is, but it's how you use it that makes the magic work. So, in essence, this is incredibly simple. But there's hundreds of applications, which we'll go over. You just draw anything you like. So I'm going to draw a cross symbol, one of the ESP symbols. And because this is, of course, white chalk, if you flash it like this, you can't see anything on there. There's nothing to show. But if you then burn this side, and I'll show you like this, if I can, the soot and slight burn marks appear and just make black marks like this. But then as soon as you rub like that, it takes off the chalk and leaves a perfectly white little symbol, whatever you've drawn on there. Not bad. So now you know the secret of black flame. There's various applications for it, and the most obvious one that you've probably already thought of is you can force something. So you could force an ESP symbol, you could force letters, you could force numbers, and you can pre-write whatever you want to force on a blank index card and then go straight into your performance. You're ready to go. So here is an example of a routine using a very simple force that you might use, and it's the mentalist's favorite, an ESP deck. There are many different types of ESP decks available. Penguin Magic have most of them, I believe. These just are a rather pretty bunch that D. Christopher made, gilded gold around the edges, like a Bible. Lovely. Pop those there. So you're going to need to decide on one of the 5 ESP symbols to force. Personally, I'm going to force the wavy lines, so I'll leave that there for now. You also need a blank index card upon which you have pre-drawn the ESP symbol that you're going to force. So I'm going for the wavy lines, so I'm going to draw 3 wavy lines on my card. You of course also need a lighter, or there might be a candle lying around. So here is a presentation and a effect that you might like to try. So I will teach you a force. It's a very nice force as well. This is the cross-cut force, and all you need to perform a cross-cut force is your deck, and on top of the deck you need your force symbol, in this case the wavy lines. You can false shuffle the cards, and it's barely a false shuffle. All you need to do is retain that card on top. And how I do that is I turn them so they are now symbol side up. As I shuffle, I take these 2 cards as one, keeping the top one there, and then throw the rest like this. So I'm just keeping that card there and shuffling like this, and that just keeps. I keep doing this to my heart's content. And if you do it this way, absolutely fine. You could talk about where the symbols come from, J.B. Ryan and the ESP experiments. You are then done, and that is your force card is still on top. You put them down, and you tell them, you tell your participant they want you to reach over, cut the cards, just like that, and they do so. Slightly angry table, sorry. They do so, and then you're going to mark the cut by putting the bottom off, just like that. You then introduce your blank, pre-prepared card. And none of us know what symbol you have cut to, but let's see if we can let the flames show us. And then burn your card and show there's nothing there yet. But if we take a look at the card that you've chosen, you cut to the wavy lines, and somehow the energy and the spirits are with us and show us there is the wavy lines. Now, for those of you that weren't quite following, what happens with the cross-cut force is you need a bit of time misdirection, which is what Black Flame offers us here. So I'll go through it, and you'll see how it works if I just go through it step by step. So, force card on top. They cut the cards. You then mark the cut. So remember, this is the top card right here, the one you're going to force. you go through your presentation, let's see where you cut. In reality, this is where they cut. However, time has passed and having the cards crossed like this kind of makes it look different. People lose track of time. It's a nice little psychological subtlety. And there is your force card. That's the cross-cut force. This is your reveal. That's a lovely way to use Black Flame. It's always a little bit more magical to use information that's freely chosen in the moment. For example, letters, numbers, symbols, shapes, whatever. So you'll have to find a way to secretly write that information with chalk on your blank cards. So I'm going to go over a few ways that you can do that. So those of you who are seasoned mentalists will be very aware of this secret writing technique known as pocket writing, hence why I'm now stood up and wearing this rather nice brown jacket. So all you need to do this is take your blank cardstock, it goes in your pocket, thusly, and your little piece of chalk, that can just drop into your pocket like that. And during performance, whatever you want them to name, let's say it's a number, you casually put your hands in your pockets and they name whatever they want to name. So if it's a number, let's say it is 22, my favorite 2-digit number. You pocket write it in your pocket like this and then continue your presentation and then take out a perfectly ordinary blank piece of card, and because it's white chalk, you can't see what's written on there. You take out your lighter, Bernie McBurn, obviously with a bit more presentation, speaking about ghosts or whatever you like. And then magical wipe. There is your predicted number, pocket written. So here's what's happening inside my pocket. I'll take everything out so you can see it. So resting inside my pocket is a piece of card like this and a piece of chalk. And inside my pocket, my hand reaches in. Let me just get rid of this flap. My hand reaches in, holds it here, and whatever they name, let's say it's 22 again, I pocket write just like this, let this drop, which goes down into my pocket. I can then gesture, wait a while, reach in, take it out of my pocket. Very simple. So that is the pocket writing method, and for those of you unfamiliar with it, or those of you who want a masterclass on pocket writing, then Penguin have released with the Master of Pocket Writing and the Master Mentalist Banachek a download called Unlimited. So Banachek gives all of his tips and expertise from multiple years of using the method of pocket writing. I can't recommend it highly enough. It's also in his lecture as well. So if you get his lecture, you get a little bit about pocket writing and all his other brilliant brain children. However, if you don't want to do pocket writing because maybe you're too cool to wear jackets or have pockets, I don't know who doesn't have pockets, but maybe you want to try something else. There is also another secret writing method, again, which will be very familiar to mentalists and magicians out there, called double writing. But this is done slightly differently because you are going to be using a real pen to do one bit of writing and a piece of chalk to do the secret bit of writing. And it's got a slightly knacky handling, but I really like it. You're going to like it too, I think. So all you need again is your blank cards, a Sharpie pen or whatever pen you prefer, and your piece of chalk. So in your pocket will be your pen. I'll pop it down here for now. Take out your cards, and in your pocket will also be your piece of chalk. So as you go in to get your pen from your pocket, you're going to get your little piece of chalk into finger palm. You can mess it in. You can hold it in between the little crevice there, or you can palm it like that. Now this looks slightly unnatural. However, your pen becomes like your magic wand, and as soon as you put this here, it suddenly looks a lot more natural. So you're going to take the cap off the pen, pick up your cards, and you're going to write something at the top. However, we'll do a close-up shot of this in a moment. However, as you're writing like this, you're actually going to push the chalk, the tips of your fingers here. As you're writing the first bit, you're going to write whatever they name. So let's say they name 22 again. It's my favorite number, so 22. You're going to write what is, and you're not actually writing what is, you're actually writing the number 22 with the chalk. And then with the pen, you go up to the top and continue writing what is. So what is my number? Question mark. Then put the cap back on your pen, get your piece of chalk back in finger palm, which I almost dropped because I'm very professional. You can flash this because the chalk doesn't show because it's white against white. You then put this away, and at the same time put your chalk away, go into your presentation, la-di-da-di-da, their number magically appears. So in your pocket you'll have your piece of chalk and your pen, and as you reach into your pocket to get your pen, you get your piece of chalk in finger palm. You uncap your pen, keeping your piece of chalk in finger palm. And then behind the card, as you write like this, all you're going to do is you're going to hold your pen with these two fingers and using your thumb, push the chalk here. So instead of writing with the pen, you're actually going to write with the chalk to begin with, whatever it is they name, and then push this back into finger palm and continue writing whatever it is you wanted to write. So Tom Phoenix, the creator of Black Flame, tends to perform slightly ritualistic and bizarre magic, and I think this kind of revelation lends itself very nicely to that style. So here is something I think works really well. It's kind of an impromptu close-up seance, if you will, but it's really nice, and it uses the double writing method that I've just taught you. So here's what would happen. The setup would be you have the chalk in your pocket and your pen in your pocket. You also have a lighter, of course, and some blank cards. However, this one on the top I have pre-prepared by writing with the chalk the word yes. So let's say you weave your tale of spirits and the other side, and say that you feel a presence with us, but you need to ask if they really are here, like you would in a seance. Is there anybody there? And that you find personally spirits tend to manifest in the flames, because a fire is full of energy, and energy never dies, it just simply changes places. So let's ask the spirits, are you here? Well, there doesn't seem to be anything from them just yet, but if we ask again, very nicely, are you here? We get a very clear answer this time of yes. But you might think maybe that's some cheap parlor trick. So let's say your participant who's with you, experiencing this strange little seance, is wearing something bright. So they're wearing a dress, a bright red dress. So I would notice that, and I would think, let's ask the spirits if they really are here, if they can see us. So you reach into your pocket and take your pen, but also, of course, secretly have your chalk in palm. Uncap your pen, and as you write, what colour, I'll spell it the English way, is, let's call her Mary, Mary's dress, question mark. And I've written this very wobbly because I have terrible handwriting. The pen goes back in your pocket. You can flash this card, of course, on both sides, because there's nothing else other than the question of what colour is Mary's dress. You then use the flame to summon your spirit friends. What colour is Mary's dress? And everyone can see very clearly it is a bright red dress, and we have the answer, red, appearing in the blank. And you could continue this. It doesn't, of course, have to be what colour their dress is. It could be literally anything. It could be their person's initials. Maybe they could decide on the name of the spirit. So let's say they say their names. The name of the spirit is Adam Smith, and then appearing in the flames could be A.S. if the spirit really is here and they really did somehow guess the spirit's name. This is one of those techniques and one of those methods that really is limited only by your imagination. And if you're into your bizarre magic and your creepy presentations, I think you could really go to town on this and freak some people out. So the final method of secret writing is a classic of mentalism. It is nail writing. Now, Tom, who invented this method, does something slightly different, and it's really nice, very kind of impromptu way to do thumb writing, especially with a bit of chalk, is he will break off a piece of chalk and glue it under his thumbnail. He'll use a bit of Elmer's rubber cement so it easily comes out and you can just pick off the glue and it sticks out just underneath your thumbnail, just like an under the nail writer. However, I can't use under the nail writers because I bite my nails and they just don't stay under there. So I tend to use thumb tip writers. So I have made my very own thumb tip chalk writer, which is not pretty. I know it's not, look at it. But just like any thumb tip or any nail writer, they shouldn't see it anyway. Shouldn't even need to be flesh coloured. And it works just like any old thumb writer. So again, a blank piece of card. They name whatever it is they want to name. Let's say they say they're born on the 25th and you want the 25th to be on there. You can nail write it, and in the way you normally would, you can take this off as you go into your pocket to get your lighter. Light it up. Try not to set off the smoke alarm in here because we've done this lots of times. And then nothing there yet. a magical gesture. 25. So here is an over-the-shoulder view of what the thumb writing looks like. Here is the beautiful thumb tip writer. As you're holding the card here, nice and simply, you just thumb write whatever they might say. In this example, it's my initials, AM. As you go into your pocket, you take off the thumb writer, get your lighter, and then use your black flame method to manifest messages from the other side. So just in case you're wondering how this incredible piece of artwork and practical item is created, this is, you could just get a plastic thumb tip, a solid one, and cut it down, but this is actually a thumb tip from a thumb tip writer. I've just taken out the pencil bit, just because I have lots of these lying around, and I super glued a little bit of chalk on the end, let it dry, simple as that. And to keep it safe, in my pocket I have one of these. This is the little inside bit from a Kinder Egg. Those of you in America can't buy Kinder Eggs, sorry about that, but hop over the border to Canada, get a Kinder Egg. They're lovely, lovely little toy inside, and then you can keep the little yolk thing, the toy comes in, and you can keep your thumb tip writer nice and safe. So there are three main options to how you reveal the black flame revelation, and you will have seen me do each of them actually. So let's say you've got your pre-drawn image on there, the wavy lines again. You burn, and it's at this point, once it's covered in all the little black soot, that you have a few different options. So you can show it as there is no symbol there yet, and then secretly do the move of wiping. So as you put it down, you wipe like this, do whatever you need to do, and then see if an image has appeared. Or you can do it as a kind of magical revelation. So let's say it's all burnt, and you can summon some energy into your hands, and then visually in front of them, wipe away, and the symbol appears. It looks very magical. Or, of course, you can just simply burn like this, not show them the black soot yet, and then wipe and show the symbol has somehow appeared. Another interesting way to use this method is to use it as a means to force something. So you could force a symbol, a shape, a drawing, letters, numbers, anything you like. And here's how it would work. You have a blank piece of card and your piece of chalk, and let's force the wavy lines again. So we're going to force the wavy lines. You draw on your piece of card your force thing, which is the wavy lines, and then in presentation you would show a blank piece of card, because of course you can flash this side, get your lighter and show that sometimes, I would personally use a presentation that we're going to make an impromptu Rorschach image. So normally this is done with ink on paper, but you can also do it with soot marks on a piece of paper. Or if you're a slightly more bizarre performer, you could claim that people used to do this as scrying. Maybe they could tell the fortune by looking in the soot marks from a burnt piece of paper. Now, if I rub that right now, the ESP symbol of the wave lines will appear. However, there's only one person that's going to see that. So let's say there's a person sat here, and a person sat here. The rest of the audience, the rest of the gang watching me, are over there as well. So I want to force this person to see the wavy lines. So I tell everyone, this is just some black soot marks, there's nothing there, but if you look at it long enough, you will start to see symbols and shapes and maybe even letters and numbers appear. So you show it around this way, and as you turn this way, you do the secret rubbing, you do the little rubbing motion like this to show this person. And they open their eyes, let's say you put them in a trance, they open their eyes and say, can you see a simple shape or design in there? Don't say what it is, but can you see something? And they'll of course say yes, because now they can see the wavy lines. And you go, great, I'm going to get you to draw that symbol, or I want you to focus on that symbol, or whatever your presentation is. And you could just stop there and say, wow, they saw something random in there, maybe you predicted it, maybe it's written in the sky. Or you can do a synchronicity or spectator as mind reader effect. So this person right here is thinking of wavy lines now. And this person over here has just been handed an ESP deck, and you have told them to cut that ESP deck and mark the cut. You go through your presentation, this person's now thinking of the wavy lines. They go, let's see where you cut to. The wavy lines. You give them a pad and paper, they draw their symbol or they name it, and you've got yourself a very spooky and very interesting method to force the thing. Hi. So I have just shown you numerous ways and means that you can use the black flame method, but I urge you to come up with your own presentation and ideas. It really is limited by your imagination. And I think the concept of images appearing from nothing or from soot, I think is quite an interesting and quite spooky and primal idea. So I urge you to go and explore it. If you are interested in more of Mr. Phoenix's work, I believe he has just released on penguinmagic.com a PDF, a free PDF, nothing better than free, called The Golden Phoenix. So check out more of his work. It really is a very interesting and fascinating magic creator. But until then, stay spooky.